Hi, welcome back to Bride Society. I'm Laura and this is Rebecca.
So today we are talking about groomsmen gifts. So we're trying to cover off things like stag do's, proposal boxes, like thank you gifts. There's basically a lot of occasion during the wedding process to be gifting other people within your wedding party. So we're dealing with the male sector of your bridal party today, providing inspiration because there are a lot of occasions where you're trying to maybe think of things and you may need a little bit of help. So with that in mind, there is a whole Pinterest board which supports this video, which will be linked to in the description box below. And although we're talking kind of generally about the products as inspiration, the specific, I can't say specific, images that you're seeing popping up on the screen, we will put the product links for those in the description box below if you're interested in anything specifically that you're seeing as well.
Yeah, so we've split up this video into different sections and different categories. So first up we're going to cover like clothing and accessories. So the first idea is maybe ties. So if you've got a number of groomsmen or members of your bridal party, then you might want them all matching on the day. And if you haven't gone down the matching suits route, one easy, kind of more cost-effective way to do that is to buy them all a matching tie. And of course, this is something they can wear after the wedding as well, so it's not necessarily just for the one day, but then it just kind of coordinates the whole group and they all look as one rather than everyone wearing mismatched things, which is fine, but one option.
And maybe you can get them to all smell alike. So why not? So perfume, not just for women, you know. So would you call it aftershave or just
I think so.
Eau de perfume? Yeah. For the gents as well. So obviously you can get more kind of what we might consider more masculine scents. Not that it matters, but yeah. But that's quite an interesting option as well, which I think people wouldn't necessarily automatically think of. But
one maybe you'd think for the women, like in the bridal party, but why should the men miss out?
Exactly, no, and like All Saints do a quite kind of sharp looking like bottle and things as well, because like presentation's kind of key with gifts too. And so
something slightly less kind of sharp, well no actually, I was going to say slightly less sharp looking. Socks can be sharp, maybe. So either again matching socks for everyone or maybe different colours for everybody, just so you see these photos sometimes of all the men holding up their trousers and brightly coloured socks. You may or may not be going down that route in your wedding planning, but again something that maybe just everyone's coordinating on the day, so it's not you haven't got kind of someone wearing Snoopy socks in the wedding photos
and just peeking out.
Yeah.
Belts is another way to go. So again, like with a lot of these things that we're talking about, they're not necessarily just things that can be worn on the day, although presumably with this category you're probably giving them to be worn on the day, but can also then be worn afterwards. So in many different circumstances, they're maybe a bit more versatile than the whole suit regalia altogether, but like with a belt. And that could be personalised, like on the interior of the belt strap, like with a little thank you note, the person's name, something like that. But yeah, it's quite an interesting way to go, I think.
Yeah. Or cufflinks, quite a traditional gift maybe, and not that many opportunities to wear cufflinks in kind of everyday life unless you're a suit wearer in the
post-pandemic era. It's more like home, like jogging bottoms and then cufflinks
every day. But again, these could be personalised and then just something as an extra special little extra touch for on the wedding day, maybe with the date on, coordinates of your wedding venue, something like that. Again, everybody matching. Just a little token.
Yeah, and I think exactly the same thing can be said for tie clips as well. Again, just like a little initial right at the end, something like that. Just kind of classy, simple, personalised, so it's quite meaningful. But it doesn't even need to be personalised. It's still quite a nice, just token kind of gift anyway. But adds a little something, I think. All about personalisation. This section we are focusing more on kind of keepsake gifts. Now, arguably everything in this video is a keepsake gift, but it's perhaps more things that aren't necessarily being gifted for use on the wedding day specifically, or stag do or whatever. But yeah, so things that maybe probably been personalised in some way to the recipient, or in regards to your like wedding date and that kind of thing, that they will have in the future in other activities for time to come. So, for example, we are thinking things like so there are companies that make sort of stations for like storing your like Apple Watch, iPhone, that kind of thing, to kind of make them all sort of neat looking and sharp in your home. Again, but these things can be personalised. So it's kind of just a nice, useful gift. It's quite simple.
Yeah. And again, you'll know the people you're buying for, so you'll know their interests, things like that. So
that
say,
is key.
For example, if one of your groomsmen is very much into fishing, not something I know an awful lot about, but you can get personalised fishing paraphernalia. With something like that, if you've got it personalised, it's maybe a bit more meaningful, and every time they're going out and doing kind of their hobby, fishing, or whatever it may be, they can think of you and the wedding.
The good times you had together.
So it's
on the stag or whatever.
A reminder of you to them when they're out and about, kind of doing something they enjoy.
And talking things they might do out about when they enjoy. Drinking sometimes is a feature of these things. So beer mats. So you can get personalised in some form beer mats. So people collect these, I understand. Like, or abscond with them from pubs or that kind of thing. But yeah, if it's just sort of a thing in your group, that kind of thing, again, can be quite a nice little unusual gift, I think.
And if the person you're buying for maybe has a collection of watches or is into their watches, you could get them a personalised watch box, or just a kind of fancy watch box to keep them in. So something other than just on the bedside table, loose, you can have nicely displayed in a fancy box.
Or maybe even like a money clip. Again, maybe it could fit in the last category too. There's some overlap between all of these categories, you'll notice. But yeah, a little personalised money clip. I mean, again, I don't know as I particularly carry that much cash anymore.
Not anymore, really.
No.
Sometimes you need it.
But yeah, sometimes you just do. And maybe you don't want to carry a whole wallet these days because all your cards are now in your phone and stuff. So maybe they do just want to carry a little bit of cash rather than like a whole wallet. So anyway, but we thought these ones were quite, what's the word? Attractive.
Yes.
I thought these ones were quite attractive. So.
I was going for nice, and then I was trying to think of a better word for nice. Yeah.
So this section we're talking kind of more boozy gifts. So we appreciate this is more a stereotypical thing, like male gifts, alcohol. So just want to acknowledge it's a cliche and a stereotype, especially since none of the men in my life drink. So we thought it needed to be included, but obviously we have not made the whole video about them because we appreciate there are other things. So with that in mind, how about things like a personalised bottle opener? Always handy to have one of those around, particularly if they have it at the wedding. That could also be useful, or the stag do.
Possibly, yes.
But yes, some attractive ones of those around that you can like attach to a key ring, something like that. Yeah.
And can open bottles that aren't necessarily alcoholic as well. There's lots of some non-alcoholic drinks that also need bottle opener. Yeah. Maybe, possibly. Useful all round. And then the classic, I think, probably one you'd see on a lot of lists like this, hip flasks. So if you have got drinkers in your bridal party, then personalised hip flask, either for on the day or beforehand, so they can just have a little something with them if they should wish.
And obviously there's been the rise of craft beer in recent years. So again, you'll know your group. if this is something that you think they'll be keen on, or some of them, you don't necessarily have to get everyone the same gift, of course. Again, you can buy sort of like a set of range of different craft taster beers for them as a kind of tasting experience gift set type thing. It could be quite fun.
And along those same lines, maybe like a whiskey tasting set. So again, there's a huge rise in popularity of whiskey, I feel like, in the recent years.
Whiskey, gins, like all the kind of speciality.
Yes. Selection of little tasters. So if you know that some of your group are particularly into whiskey, you can get them either like their favourite ones or a selection that they maybe haven't tried before. Just like mini ones, you don't want to be running into the hundreds and thousands of pounds probably. Just for something for them to enjoy, maybe even before the wedding or after the wedding.
Yeah, it can make quite a nice like group photo as well if you have sort of personalised glasses to go with it, so you can all sort of have a sort of cheers shot, like with these personalised, like the one popping up with the frosted glass on it, getting quite classy looking, and I think that'd be quite a good photo opportunity.
Or if you just want to get the group maybe a bottle of their favourite tipple, then you might want something a bit fancier to put it in. So maybe like a personalised bottle carrier, or like a wooden box of some kind, again personalised or not, just something to make kind of elevate that kind of bottle of whatever it is. So it might be just like a supermarket bottle of wine, but you want to add that extra little bit to make it a bit more special.
Yeah, with the presentation.
Yeah. So our final section for this video is travel and activity gifts. So these would be great if you're going maybe abroad for a stag do, or if you want to do a group activity, a way of kind of paying for everybody to do that activity, or even just as a way either after or before the wedding to maybe give an activity gift to spend some time with members of kind of your bridal party, either talking about the wedding or not, if you just want to have a nice day out, quality time with each other. So one example of maybe a slightly more unusual activity gift that you wouldn't necessarily do on a day, kind of just an average day, would maybe like a blacksmithing experience. So get together either one-on-one or as a group of you, if you can go and do some blacksmithing. Why not?
Also a skill that's going to be really useful in life, you know.
Well, you never know.
You just never know. Or make a good talking point in future.
Exactly,
Like, oh, guess what I know how to do. Also another activity, maybe you enjoy golfing or together, something like that. You can get then maybe a like golf scorecard, wallet, and again have it personalised with their initials on the front, something like that, so everyone knows whose is whose. No cheating.
And if you're going away either on the stag do or just know that your groomsmen like to travel, then maybe like a wash bag. Again, it could be personalised with their initials on. It's just kind of a nicer wash bag that they can take with them. And again, remember you on their travels. But also just as a useful gift, just keeping all your bits and bobs in there when you go away.
Yeah, sort of a luxury feel kind of thing. Yeah. It's kind of maybe more classic what might initially jump to mind when you think about sort of travel gifts. So a passport, wallet or luggage tag, again, personalised, matching even, something like that. Lots of options out there for those.
And something which I feel is my dad's favourite gift to give the men.
Oh yeah?
A multi-tool or something like that. Always useful, has multiple tools as the name suggests. So whatever jobs need doing, there's something on there that probably will help you do that. And this particular one we've picked out, kind of great for camping. So it has like a hammer on it, and hammer in your tent pegs, things like that.
Yeah, I've seen them for like cycling, but once you keep in your car.
So yes, all the useful bits for whatever scenario crops up.
Yes. Maybe even like a fancy like sunglasses case, something like that. There's so many things you can get personalised.
Yeah, just whatever you can think of. Slap a bit of personalisation on there and you've got a great gift.
Exactly. And of course, what is great is that if if you like bits and pieces of any, some, all of these ideas, you could maybe create sort of hamper gifts. I mean, you can order hamper gifts, again, let someone else kind of curate a few different things, but also it's a great strategy is to kind of grab little bits and bobs, put them in some kind of like basket, jar, tin, whatever receptacle. Again, presentation is key, so yeah, if you feel like kind of a little item you have on its own isn't enough, I think a few little things. It works.
So yeah, that's just some of our ideas for Groomsmen gifts. So everything will be linked that we've featured in this video will be linked below. So if you want a specific something, you can go and investigate that. Check out the Pinterest board that will also link in the description box. Give this video a like if you liked it. If you've got any other suggestions, leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next Friday.